Back in my 20s, when it came to dating women, I usually came across as an illiterate ball of testosterone. I was pretty naive, uninformed. You know, the internet wasn't that good back then. And my dad's advice totally blew. He was like, go bag some babes, don't forget to wrap it. You know, I joined the Navy right out of high school, so I spent a lot of time in male-dominated environments and spent time overseas, and some countries had thriving sex industries. These are not translatable skills into the dating environment. So one day the clue bird shits on my head, and I finally start seeing the errors of my ways and start understanding chemistry and paying attention and being engaged. You know, I start getting a little brave and being polite and you know, telling these cheesy jokes. You know, you got your ticket to the gun show. You know, getting a little confident with your inner stud. You know, the charm. The charm offensive was finally kicking in. So this newfound me gave me this confidence to talk to this attractive girl we'll call Ginger at the typical meeting place of the 90s, Club Meat Market. And there was nothing in-depth on this conversation, pretty superficial, but it was enough to win a date with Ginger. It was a simple date. We're just going to play like Jenga or Monopoly at a friend's house at Mary Ann's. So on the way down to Mary Ann's house, my stomach starts acting a little weird. And I'm thinking, is it nerves, or is Ginger going to be an axe murderer? The guy that made my sandwich didn't wash his hands. It didn't feel like an epic battle between good and evil, so I ruled out food poisoning, but I needed to take care of this because I was going to be off my game. I wasn't going to let that happen. So we arrive at Mary Ann's house, and she's just the warmest, lovely person. I mean, one of those people that just makes an incredible first impression. You know, it's like, you know, friendly and kind, with a little sarcasm. So we had a little bit of small talk, and I excused myself to go to the bathroom and take care of my business. So I'm in the throne, multitasking, thinking about the jokes I want to tell, and then trying to be polite and kind, eyes up here, not here. So it definitely gave me time to kind of clear my head and my body, and it's like nothing's going to go wrong now. So I'm feeling good, spraying some Febreze, washing my hands, I flush the toilet, and this weird noise happened. I look over, the water's not going down, but up. I pretty much stood paralyzed as this toilet volcano erupted my private moment into the public domain. I am not getting that genie back in the bottle. And I hope that's not an expensive rug. So the water kept coming, making this whirlpool, and I see it out of the corner of my eye. My bio jaws is coming at me, and I'm just like, oh God, no, these are new shoes, stop. I was a complete and total pussy, but no one saw it, so I was able to maintain my ego. But I jiggled the handle, stopped the water from coming in, and now I'm thinking, okay, now what? So I reflected on some of my military training. I went to SEER school, which is survive, evade, resist, and escape. I see the bathroom window, and I'm thinking, escape's a good option right now. Then I remembered I left my keys in my pocket, so I couldn't live to fight another day. Thinking for anything that didn't involve asking for a question, because that was 1,000 times worse than reading the directions to anything back in my 20-year-old man brain. I always, coming up empty pockets and then just sweating the question, asking for a mop, bucket, biohazard suit. The Navy taught me to, suck it up, buttercup, get the job done regardless. But, asking a perfect stranger for a mop and a bucket to clean up your mess was just terrifying. It just wasn't happening. So after about 20 minutes, I capitulate, break man code, and ask for help. Ginger and Mary Ann are just stabbing me with their eyes. And, Ginger with her head is snapping and fingers waving is like, what kind of a man are you, shitting on the floor? I was 20, I didn't know who I was, and why are you asking trick questions? And then I started thinking, it's like, does she think I'm so stupid that I don't understand this and this is the best I could do? So I was about ready to say something cheeky just to kind of take the tension down a little bit, because I was really starting to piss myself off overthinking this. And then Mary Ann chimed in and goes, oh, I guess I should have told you the bathroom's broken, don't use it. So, with no thought at all, fuck you, came flying out of my mouth. 2 little words that changed the course of the night. It could have been a potentially funny moment, but then this turned it into an uncomfortable moment for everyone, because Ginger and Mary Ann were pissed. And I knew my charm offensive was not going to penetrate this. So I sheepishly cleaned up my mess, lost my charm offensive, and barely said anything for the rest of the night. So as a guy, you can blow it at any time, because you only have one chance to make a bad first impression.
Flushing the toilet, he's a cat.